The Black Widow trailer is here, loaded with Easter eggs, first appearances, and details that might be major spoilers. What's up, Comic Book Nation? BD here with your shot-by-shot breakdown of the Black Widow trailer, taking a closer look at some of the hidden Easter eggs and figuring out exactly how this all ties to the MCU, seeing as this is the first Phase 4 movie. The trailer opens with a shot of Budapest. I know this not because I've ever been to Budapest, but because the Comic-Con footage used this exact same footage, and it literally said Budapest on it. We get endgame dialogue about how she used to have nothing, but then she got this job and this family, but this time she's probably not talking about the Avengers like she was in Endgame. It's probably talking about her Widow fam. It's intercut with footage of the Avengers and Captain America the Winter Soldier and buddy shots with Hawkeye, who might be a factor in this movie. According to their dialogue in the Avengers, they have a history in Budapest, and this movie might finally explore that.
Just like Budapest all over again.
You and I remember Budapest very differently.
A long way from Budapest. This movie is going to start right after Captain America Civil War ended, so Natasha doesn't have a lot of friends and she's probably on the run. In the Comic-Con footage, that's exactly what Tony Stark told her to do. The trailer makes it look like this de-aged version of Thaddeus Ross is hunting Natasha, but this can't be post-Civil War as he wouldn't be that young, so Thunderbolt is probably popping up in a flashback from a time we haven't seen yet. Back in Budapest, Natasha heads into an apartment that had its door cracked open. By the way, I'm mixing in some knowledge from the trailers I've seen at Comic-Con and D23, so there might be some extra intel here and things you're not seeing in this trailer. And she finds Yelena Belova. They fight it out in the kitchen, spill into the living room, and like any fight that ends with two sisters choking each other out with curtains set to the sounds of the Winter Soldier music, they have a shot together. It seems like Natasha decided to bail on that Black Widow program we know as the Red Room from Avengers Age of Ultron, and Yelena might have some beef with that, but their sisterhood prevails once Natasha catches those hands. It's probably like a, I know you must be really desperate if you're back here situation. When Natasha is standing beside some destroyed structures, the convoy from earlier with Thaddeus Ross is rolling up, and this might be the end of the movie seeing as she seems to be in her new hero suit, but it doubles down the question of why Thaddeus Ross is so young. That said, what's in Natasha's hand might be important. More on that in a sec. A couple of action shots we can't make much out of, but it looks like Natasha is saving her other sister Melina. More on her coming too right after whoa, look at that white costume pulled straight from the variant cover of Black Widow Deadly Origins comic. Okay, then we have Taskmaster in a very Nerf-looking suit using a bow and arrow, which probably has no tie to Hawkeye, but might indicate a previous encounter with Clint Barton since Taskmaster can copy enemies. Budapest history, remember? Next up, Yelena is wearing the same hero outfit that Natasha was earlier in that shot we thought might be from the end of the movie. They're definitely on a mission to bust out the Red Guardian, and they do, but he looks a little more Mr. Incredible and a little less Captain America, and not just because he's wearing red. A family dinner. Finally, okay, let's meet everyone. Left to right, Florence Pugh as Yelena Belova, a rival to Natasha in the comics and an ally in this movie. They eventually become friends. Rachel Weisz is Melina Vostokov, a Black Widow agent who always lives in Natasha's shadow. David Harbour is Red Guardian, a character barely used in Marvel Comics, but is kind of Russia's knockoff version of Captain America. And, of course, Scarlett Johansson is Natasha Romanoff, the Black Widow we know and love. Unless this shot from earlier of all those IDs changes her name, in which case I will riot. More important things at that dinner table. Yelena is wearing the green vest we saw Natasha wearing in Avengers Infinity War. Earlier, when I said the thing in Natasha's hand might be important, I'm thinking it might be this vest, and that whole falling from the sky sequence that ends the trailer might be bad news for Yelena, prompting Natasha to wear the vest and dye her hair blonde in honor of her sister who pulled her out of a bad, lonely place like we saw her appearing in Infinity War. Melina goes on to become the Iron Maiden villain in the comics, but I have a hunch she might become Taskmaster in the Black Widow movie, not only because of the family drama it creates and because it just makes sense to let the movie with a female lead have a female villain, but also because it looks like this dinner scene leads to one of the cuts from everyone running earlier, and Melina might not make it off that falling giant pole safely despite Natasha's best effort, and whoever is chasing them might just find her and recruit her, whether she likes it or not. A second later, Red Guardian fights Taskmaster, and that's it for Taskmaster in this trailer, but we do know there's going to be a showdown on a bridge where the villain mirrors Natasha and pulls out the iconic shield, but we can't show you that just yet, except in concept art form. You can see that shield if you look closely at the fight with the Red Guardian. Moving on. The sky literally falls, Black Widow included, thus confirming Black Widow has a thing for long falls. Too soon, don't care. At least we know she survives this movie since it's a prequel. What Easter eggs and references did you catch in Black Widow's trailer? Share yours in the comment section or send them my way on Instagram and Twitter at BrandonDavisBD. And stay tuned to Comicbook.com/Marvel for more updates. I'm BD. I'll see you there.